What are electronic pliers? Electronic pliers can be divided into two main categories, cutting and gripping. Electronic cutting pliers are used to cut material such as cable ties, electronic components, plastic parts, and wires. Electronic gripping pliers are used for gripping, bending, and holding electronic components or other small parts. KNIPEX offers over 140 different types of electronic pliers. While that might seem overwhelming, we can narrow down what electronic pliers are needed by first deciding between cutting and gripping. Let's use cutting as an example. There are 4 subcategories that we need to address first. Number 1, head type. Number 2, bevel type. Number 3, joint type. Number 4, handle type. Head type. The first subcategory you can address is what head type you need. What head type you need is going to depend on what and where you are cutting. There are 3 head types: oval, tapered, and end cutting. Oval is better for thicker material because there is more material near the cutting edge, which puts less strain on the material. Tapered is for cutting finer material and for use in tight spaces. It is not designed for thicker material. End cutting is your choice if you need to access tight areas. Bevel type. A bevel is a sloping surface on the outer side of the cutting edge of the electronic pliers. A small bevel leads to an easier and more flush cut, while the risk of damaging the cutting material rises, also known as overloading. A larger bevel allows even harder materials to be cut without the risk of damaged cutting edges, but at the expense of flush cutting. Depending on the size of the bevel, you will either get a semi-flush, flush, or ultra-flush cut finish. The choice of bevel depends on the material being cut and the desired flush cut end result. A flush cutting edge is only suitable for soft materials such as copper or plastics. There are 5 bevel types. Semi-flush with bevel is great for cutting a wide variety of material. It leaves a spike but could potentially damage delicate electronic components. Semi-flush with small bevel leaves a smaller spike. Semi-flush with very small bevel leaves the smallest spike. Flush without bevel creates a flush cut. Ultra flush leaves an even flusher cut with no spike at all. Joint type. KNIPEX has 3 different types of joints, each with different benefits depending on the application. Box joint is the most stable joint. It is great for cutting harder material and for repetitive cuts. A bolted joint is the most precise type of electronic pliers. It can be adjusted if the blades ever get misaligned. A rivet joint is the most economical joint. Handle type. KNIPEX offers 4 handle types: plastic coated or dipped, single component, multi-component, ESD. Plastic coated or dipped, the most economical handle while still providing slip resistance. Single component, the next step up in comfort and cost. Multi-component offers a more comfortable grip, which is great for repetitive work. ESD will protect electronic components from electrostatic discharge. So to recap, first narrow down your head type, then choose a bevel type, then a joint type, and finally a handle type. And there you have it, your new KNIPEX electronic cutting pliers. Gripping pliers. What are the key features of gripping pliers? Again, KNIPEX has a full line of gripping pliers that are used for gripping, bending, and holding components. This time, we only need to look at 3 subcategories, which are number 1, jaw type, number 2, joint type, number 3, handle type. Jaw type. The first subcategory you can address is what jaw type you need. It's important to note that the head and bevel type from the electronic cutting pliers subcategories are both replaced with jaw type. Your choice in jaw will depend upon what you are gripping. There are 3 jaw types: flat, round, and half round. Flat jaw, a smooth, wide, flat jaw that is not going to mar the finish of the material you're working on. Round jaw will not mar the finish as well. It's perfect for jewelry manufacturers that need to bend wire. Half round jaw, used to loop wire, but it also has a flat surface to grip. For our example, we will choose a flat jaw. After selecting a jaw type, you'll need to narrow down your selection by picking a joint type and handle type as previously mentioned. And then, congratulations, you've chosen your new KNIPEX electronic gripping pliers. Other great features of KNIPEX electronic pliers. There are some other features to review in order to truly understand the full product offering. Carbide inserts for hard or tough material such as piano wire or nickel. They are rated a Rockwell hardness of 80 to 83 approximately versus the 60 HRC rating of other cutting pliers. Lead catcher. It captures and holds the cut wire end between the blades to prevent them from flying off into components. Mounting pliers. Used for bending and cutting off wire ends on components, particularly on circuit boards. Double handle spring. For easy opening and closing of the handle. Angled jaws for access into confined areas. Crosshatch jaw when you need a tighter grip and are not concerned about marring the finish. Electronic plier sets contain some of our most common and popular electronic pliers in a complete set. What's new for the KNIPEX electronic pliers line? Innovative manufacturing process. KNIPEX has improved the manufacturing process on the 35, 64, and 77 series by removing sharp edges and increasing the strength of the tools. We rounded off all the edges to prevent nicking components. We also strengthened any weak points to ensure a long tool life. Also, the handle material is lengthened toward the head, allowing for more precise work and closer grip toward the cutting edge. Superconn XL. We lengthened the handles and the blade and increased the blade thickness. This is the preferred tool for thicker plastics such as larger cable ties. So remember, first decide if you need cutting or gripping electronic pliers. If you choose cutting pliers, you'll need to pick head type, bevel type, joint type, handle type. If you choose an electronic gripping plier, you'll need to pick jaw type, joint type, handle type. And there you have it. We hope you enjoyed our walkthrough on how to choose your KNIPEX electronic pliers. Thank you for watching.